We will now look at the normal operation of the pressurization system. As part of your pre-flight walk-around, you should visually check the outflow valves for damage and obstruction. As part of your pre-flight cockpit scan, verify on the cabin pressure panel that the mode selector push-button switch is in the auto position, lights out. Confirm that the landing elevation selector is set to auto. Landing elevation is then provided by the FMGES based upon elevation of the destination airport. Also, confirm that the ditching push-button switch is in the off position, lights out. On the ECAM cabin pressure page, confirm that the landing elevation indication is auto. Once the destination airport has been entered into the FMGES, the destination landing elevation is displayed. Notice that there are no amber indications. So that you can get a better understanding of how the pressurization system works, we will go through a normal flight profile, paying particular attention to the ECAM indications. The aircraft is on the ground before the flight. We can now look at the ECAM cabin pressurization page. Observe that the outflow valves are fully open, the differential pressure is 0, there is no vertical speed. The cabin altitude is indicating the field elevation of the departure airfield. During the takeoff roll, the system controller signals the outflow valves to close slightly in order to pressurize the aircraft. This is to avoid a pressure surge at rotation. At liftoff, the controller initiates the climb phase and cabin altitude varies according to a fixed law, taking into account the actual rate of climb of the aircraft. The outflow valves will move as required to achieve this. Once established in cruise, the cabin altitude and differential pressure will remain steady. The outflow valves will move as required to maintain the cabin altitude. In the example shown, the aircraft is in cruise at 35,000 feet. Notice the values of differential pressure and cabin altitude. While in flight, we can monitor all the major pressurization indications on the ECAM cruise page. During the descent phase, the pressure rate is optimized so that the cabin reaches landing field pressure just prior to landing. Note, for passenger comfort, the automatic function will limit the rate of cabin descent to a maximum of approximately 750 feet per minute. At touchdown, the cabin altitude should be at the airfield elevation, and there should be no differential pressure. To ensure this, just after landing, the outflow valves are fully opened by the system controller. Once the outflow valves are fully open, there is an automatic changeover of the system controllers in preparation for the next flight. This happens so that both systems are used equally.